market is down 213 points. That's after the rally we've seen throughout the course of this week. Is it something to be worried about?
Really, it's not something to be worried about. As you've rightly said, the market rallied for 2 days. On the back of the result released by Zenith and GT Bank, precisely. And I think what we are seeing right now is actually on the back of the result that we have seen, investors have actually reacted, and we have seen market coming back to what I would call to the right position, looking at what the market, the economy is and Nigeria is all about right now.
Obviously the market, when it did rally this week, it was the release of the results, as you're saying, but it was also fairly good results for the banks ahead of the consolidation that we're seeing. Are we likely to see the banks drive the market up before the elections, or will the elections put a damper on market activity?
If what we experienced after the release of Zenith and GT Bank result is anything to go by, other banks coming in with good result will definitely have a positive effect on the market. Tomorrow and probably early next week, we expect to see a couple of banks releasing their result in the market. As long as the result is within the expectation of an average investor, as regards the bank's performance, earnings, and most especially the payout, is going to actually affect the market positively, and we're going to see rally on the back of that.
Let's talk about what's happening within the banking space. Obviously, we're starting to see memoranda of understanding by way of some of the mergers and acquisitions we'll be seeing in the rescued banks. We're seeing banks recapitalize or announce plans for recapitalization. Union Bank has found an investor, and they've also announced plans or some sort of a protocol for recapitalization. What do you make of plans for Union Bank, and does it, strengthen the investment case for this company?
Good news in the market as regards Union Bank. They found, as you've already said, they found a good suitor. And with the investment that is coming into the bank, I would say yes, is actually a good one for them. But as an investor, it depends on how an investor wants to play the market. Probably I would say for the guys that want to play on the short end of the market, yes, there will be opportunities. Looking even the way Union Bank traded today, probably the only bank that closed, limit up the maximum 5%, and with a reasonable bid still on the board at the close of the market today. But for an investor that is planning to go in, looking at the consolidation, I would say there is need for them to tread carefully.
There are also reports of Starcom and Telkom. What's that all about?
Starcom, it's it's a company quoted on the Nigerian Stock Exchange in the telecom sector. Yes, they are making a bid to take over to take over Telkom Multilink in Nigeria. I would consider it, yes, a good move because in that sector, size is a major determinant. How big you are determines your level of coverage. So if Starcom is able to seal this deal, yes, I think they will actually come out being a big player in that sector, and it's good for them.
Very briefly, we've got to go. One of the biggest concerns for Telkom South Africa in Multilinks was that maybe they'd made the wrong option by buying a CDMA company instead of getting into the GSM space. So have Starcoms considered some of these technological limitations in a market that's very GSM dominated?
I want to believe, yes, Starcom must have looked at all this, and I think probably what they will actually be looking at in that sector is actually the data aspect, which, of course, if they're able to seal this deal, of course, where there are some, part of Nigeria that Multilink, they have good coverage. So if Starcom is able to seal the deal, of course, it gives them this, access to this area.